Welcome back to the Lord's Crochet Ignite Show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party. Run and tell somebody that Lord's Crochet Ignite is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. Hey y'all, come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've got Dr. Harper here tonight, only on the Lord's Crochet Ignite Show. Ignite and take flight in every area of your life. Woo! Let's go, y'all. All right. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing out there in Facebook land? I hope you're doing great, because I know that I am. And I just want to send you positive energy with love, light, and the best of the best to you and the rest. So tonight we have a fabulous show, Where Are You Now? With the remarkable Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper. She is the sweetheart of civility, and she's joining me here tonight from Canada. Canada in the house. So when you come in, let us know when you're coming in. And if you are here from Canada, go ahead and show Dr. Phillison Harper some love when you come in the house tonight. And as I always say, note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. So please make sure you get your pen and you get your notepad. Now, she may tell us a couple of things that you have never, ever heard before. And she may tell us a couple of things that you may have heard before. But here's the thing. If she tells you something you've heard before, she's going to give you some information that's probably going to be something you never heard before. That's right. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I always got room around my table just for you. And you know why? Because I am helping to bring inspiration to every nation. You know why? Because I can. So come on in, go ahead, tag a friend and tell them it's time to ignite and take flight in every area of their life, but specifically tonight on the civility area of their life. And now I already know where you want me to go. So I'm already going there. You want to know what's in the Lolo Roche cup tonight? Well, I'm going to tell you what's in my cup once you get your cup and tell me what's in yours. Tonight, I have some water in my cup. Join me. I'm telling you, it's nothing like water. It's nothing like it. It's so delicious. And for those of you that want to add a little lemon to your water, here, check this out. I'm gonna put my straw in here. I have a lemon because I'm doing a cleanse, y'all. Some lemon. So I'm gonna put a little lemon in here. Ooh, nothing like it. Nothing like it. It's great for your body. Just like civility is great for your body. So as you come in, please let us know where you're coming in from. And let us know what your thoughts are on this wonderful message that she's sharing. Where are you now? And I'm not going to give it away, because I really want you to just come in and sit with where are you now. When you sit with where are you now, I want you to write it down. Where are you now? Do you remember when the pandemic first started? I'm sure many of you do. Where were you then? And where are you now? Whether it's in your personal life, your business life, or in the life of civility. Where are you now? So with no further ado, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'd like for you to help us spread this awesome broadcast. You got 30 seconds before I go backstage and get my phenomenal guest, Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper. Here goes your 30 seconds. Tag somebody. Tell them to come on in, because it's time to win. We'll see you in 30 seconds, friend. You got 24 seconds to get in where you fit in, and come on and share this broadcast with a friend. Why? Because you can. It's your time to share this broadcast. Share and let us know who you're sharing it with. Come on, get in where you fit in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, all right, all right. I am happy that you are here tonight and you are sharing this broadcast and you are getting in where you fit in. And so, with no further ado, I'm going backstage. So, you stay put because I want you to join me too in welcoming my phenomenal guest, Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper. She is an author, she's a speaker, she's a coach, and she is undoubtedly the queen and the sweetheart of civility. Please welcome my friend and your friend, Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper.
Hi.
Hi there. How are
You know,
you?
I'm great. I have not been on Facebook in such a long time. I kind of took a time off and I said, when you offered to say, hey, let's do the show, I said, what a better way to launch back into Facebook Lives than with you
Yes.
because you are just so amazing, your energy. So you had to be my first time back. And then, funny enough,
Yes.
I actually have a live tomorrow with Dr. Christopher Mullen, and I have one on Friday about bringing civility into the home. So it's like, I said, what happened? Lotus started me off, and I'm 3 this week.
That's awesome. Well, guess what? I heard through the grapevine that you have another one that you're going to be on the Kim Jacobs show with me, and we're going to be doing our patented interview, the interviewer. And so
Yeah.
that's great. And welcome back to Facebook Live because I tell you, we definitely missed you. We need your energy because
I will be back.
the last time I think we were talking about the Grenadines and you were here
Yes.
on the show and we had such a lovely time
Yeah.
and we were talking about what was going on there and you were helping actually the OECS with
Yes.
the movement they were doing in the Grenadines. So welcome back.
Yes.
So come
Thank
on, y'all,
you.
give her some love. Go ahead and put some
Oh,
L's in
thanks,
the comment
Angie.
block below. Put some L's in the comment block below and give her some love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we see folks coming in. If you're coming in from Canada, go ahead and give her some love. Let her know that you're coming in from Canada. Go ahead and represent because we are ready to get into this thing that we are calling Where Are You Now? And so Dr. Phillison Harper is just the sweetheart of civility. She's a civility ambassador. And of course, right as the pandemic was ushering in, you were
Yeah.
doing a lot of things with the global civility movement, if you will.
Yes.
And you continue to do that even throughout the pandemic. And
Mm-hmm.
so we talked when we were chatting. He was like, I wonder where is everybody else now that things are opening up and things are beginning to move. And so, folks, tonight, that's what we're talking about. Where are you now? So, Dr. Harper, tell us what inspired you to want to talk about where are you now?
Well, we were looking at the topic, and I said, family civility has been now officially around for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started the institute. So family civility started in 2019, in July, actually 2019. So this is funny enough, my second year anniversary. So the day, oh my gosh,
Yes,
Raymond,
happy
hello, Raymond
anniversary.
Halal. It's actually the
Woo-hoo.
2-year anniversary of the Power of Collaboration event that Raymond Halal, Ambassador Dr. Raymond Halal,
Yes.
hosted here in Canada, where I met
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Rivers, where I met Dr. and I want to say Michael
Yes.
McBean. I was in a rough place in
Mm-hmm.
2019. I had literally been to Canada for a year. I had to go back to school, start afresh again, and it was like the third time starting over in 7 years.
Yes.
Well, 7 years now, so I guess 4 years there
Mm-hmm.
then. And I just, you know, it was funny that morning of the 19th. I'll never forget it. I wasn't even going to go anywhere. I was like, why am I going to go? It's just me. And I said, something, God literally said, get up and go. And I'll never forget it. And I went and I met Dr. Rivers, I met Raymond, and I was telling him what I was doing. And I said, this is what I've been doing for families in Jamaica. This is what I've been doing for families all over the world. I advocate for children. I advocate against domestic violence, against child abuse, but I do it in a way where I think people already know they're doing something wrong. They just don't know why they do it wrong.
Right, right.
And we have so many, I mean, the biggest aid money goes into campaigns and
Yes.
communication campaigns. And I was a national communication specialist. I ran a few national campaigns myself. And I said, you know, the awareness is there against domestic violence. The
Right.
awareness is there against child abuse. But people can't seem to help themselves or figure out why, or not say, well, that's me, I need to stop. Or,
Right.
you know, and so I had a radio show for 8 years in Jamaica, and that's a lot of things I discussed. I mean, we discussed about the abuse, and I said, okay, well, if you were abused, this is, you know, and I kind of dug deep, and I was telling Dr. Rivers this and Raymond this, and he goes, but Rebecca, you're already doing it. And I said, yeah, I guess I'm teaching family civility. And then it grew from there. And then the pandemic hit. So I wrote my books about family civility. And, you know, Elizabeth Curley, she is amazing. She did a lot
Yes.
of research for me. And she co-wrote the book at 19 years old at the time. And she co-wrote the book with me. And I wrote the book, started the website, started Family Civility Day, because I said,
Yep.
let's start recognizing Family Civility Day. Of course, I chose the 1 month that all my 3 children are born. So I literally chose the one weekend that I don't have a birthday celebrating. So, you know, it's official. And then, you know, I was finishing school. I was about to graduate doing social service work. And I said, hold on, this is what's missing in the Caribbean. This is a missing link. We have social workers in the Caribbean. We have social workers and health workers in Africa. We don't have that service worker, that one level. I don't like to say below, but that person in the community that has the knowledge of a social worker,
Right.
but can assist families. And then I was like, and then writing the book and the whole thing of developing the movement of family civility.
So let
I
me go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So
So
that's where I was. So then
yeah.
in when the pandemic hit, I said, no, I need to move it from a movement to teaching it.
Yes.
And take yeah, and you know, when my school eventually opens and we're in the process of being registered, I am going to have that saying from Nelson Mandela that says, you know, education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world.
Yes.
And that's my whole mantra. My school, contrary to a lot of private career colleges up here in Canada, my school is a nonprofit.
Yes. And so I've got a quick question that I wanted to ask you, because you were never gone. You were never gone. You were
No.
always around social media. You were chiming in, although you weren't doing your show full stream, but you were always there, and you continue to be there because you are the sweetheart of civility. And I always say the sweetheart of civility because civility is a tough topic, but you get it done and you do it with such poise and just wonderful loving energy. And in my opinion, that makes you the sweetheart of civility, because sometimes people can try to push civility or push whatever they're pushing on you, but you offer it and you
Yeah.
educate and you teach. And so that brought me to this question right here. As a civility ambassador, why is it so important for you to take part in assisting people globally? And like you said, you're not just offering it and sharing it anymore, but you're teaching global civility to the world. So why is that so critical?
I'm going back to what Nelson Mandela said. Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. And
Exactly.
coming from Jamaica, I mean, yes, I live in Canada, but coming from Jamaica and living all my life, born, bred, everything there, and seeing what we have education. I mean, people say how Jamaican children are the most highly educated, but we have the British system. So if you fall into that system, yes, you can be very, I mean, my children adjusted to the Canadian school system really well because they had that foundation, that strict foundation. However, when it comes to high school now, they have these choices that we don't have in Jamaica. I can go back to when I was in high school, and when you go into A levels, you
Yes.
had a choice of history, English, economics,
Yes.
math, and sciences. Now, me being a creative writer, and
Yes.
like I was like, okay, what do I choose? Because literally the only thing I could choose was history, economics, and English, right? Because I was
Exactly.
not going into sciences.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be a lawyer. I'm not going to be a doctor. I'm not going to be, like these were the things I didn't want to be. So
Hmm.
my choices were so limited, and it's still that way
Right.
in Jamaica, which is so sad.
Hmm.
In fact, social services is not taught in Jamaica.
Hmm.
Social work is in the university where you have to spend a whole heap of money. But social
Yes.
services is a college level course.
Hmm.
And when I went into it, and this is the irony, is when I was deciding what to go into, because I had the opportunity to come to Canada and completely change my career, I was trying to find out what I wanted to do with my life. And
Hmm.
my brother says, whatever you do, make sure you can talk a lot. So I said, okay, social services, and it fit me, and it's just and then that's when I said this needs to be taught, not just in
Exactly.
Canada. It needs to be taught,
Exactly.
not just. And what happens is in Canada is the education system is a money making thing when it comes to the colleges, because that's how a lot
Right.
of immigrants come. They come through the educational system and they get
Right.
charged a whole heap of money, and I'm like, that's not what I want to offer. I want the
Right.
message and the teaching to go out as far as possible.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm a nonprofit, and that's why I am taking the lessons to the country so that it can be affordable. And I'm even making it further where I'm trying to get sponsors, so these great amazing volunteers and workers that are already doing this work can
Right.
get this fine training so they can make that sustainable impact, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And that
They
and
can
that
get it for free.
right. And that is an amazing key to help people really get ahead and really do more wonderful work in the world. And
Yeah.
so, folks, if you are wanting to do more wonderful work in the world, if you are looking for a sustainable way to do that, I want you to stay tuned, because here's the thing. Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper is here with us tonight as we talk about this amazing topic. I continue to say she is the sweetheart of civility, and she is going to sweetly tell us about where you are now. And we want to know where you are now. And so we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back to hear more from our wonderful guest, Dr. Phillison Harper. And when we go on a break, go ahead, tag somebody and bring them into the show, because the more you share, the more people will know about what's going on in the world and in civility with Where Are You Now? We'll be right back.
So, hi, I'm Dr. Rebecca Finlayson Harper, the founder and CEO of Family Civility Institute. And we teach a family civility approach all over the world. You can go to my YouTube page, which is YouTube channel, which is Family Civility Institute, and see the work we've done in Kenya. Um, Amazing, amazing people that again proves the sustainability, where they were doing the work already in Kenya, and they were now with that training that we gave to the family civility approach to the work that they do, the impact they're making with the families and the communities are phenomenal. And I just want to thank the family civility warriors.
Woo, woo! That's right, y'all. I love family civility. I love putting her in the hot seat. You know why? Because she is simply amazing. And for real, y'all, for real, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. I love it. Woo! Come on. That's Dr. Rebecca Phillipson Harper in the house from Canada tonight, y'all. Right here. She is the founder of the Family Civility Institute. And she's bringing it to you tonight with Where Are You Now? That's right. Almost 20 years of experience in development of strategic national communication plan. She received the Global Family First Movement Award, award-winning author and speaker, show host, and much more. She is here tonight to talk about Family Civility Institute. Make sure you grab her book, Out of Many Families, One Nation. That's right. We're discussing it, keeping it right and tight. Where are you now? With Dr. Rebecca Phillipson Harper, the sweetheart of civility. Only here on the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. It's time to ignite and take flight in the civility area of your life. Let's go. Ha ha! Woo! Dr. Harper. Woo-wee! I just got to tell you, anywhere you go, you always drop in the mic. Dr. PPP is in the house. He came in, and this is how you do it, folks. He came in and he said he's sharing. My friend all the way from Texas. And by the way, folks, Dr. PPP is all the way from Canada. So give it up for Dr. PPP. Yeah. Woo-woo! Yes, yes. And my friend, he's an author, he's a speaker. And most importantly, he's here with us tonight, checking out Dr. Rebecca Phillipson Harper, all the way from Texas, Mr. Bernardo Garcia. Woo, woo, we happy to have you. Yes. And Angie Elting, she is always here. She's just a sweetheart. She said happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, what better place to be than here with me on her anniversary. We're making history. All right. Fantastic. So Sharon Campbell, happy to have you here. She said great information to help millions. Yes, ma'am. And so for those of you just coming on, or if you are about to get in where you fit in and sit down and relax and kick your feet up and hit the replay, I just want to tell you, thank you for joining the show. Thank you for hitting the replay. Thank you for watching it. And thank you for sharing, because tonight, my amazing guest, the wonderful Dr. Rebecca Phillipson Harper, all the way from Canada, is talking about Where Are You Now? And this is really focusing on civility. And she's not just sharing civility, telling people about it. She's teaching people about family civility, how to really thrive and just be the best that we can be with family civility. So right back at you, Dr. Harper. So I wanted to ask you this. Is it true, or do you believe that many of our children that are growing up today would do better if family civility was even taught in schools?
Hands down. I know family civility's whole mantra is to take civility door to door. Right. And that is the key. But when you come to family civility, how can a family practice family civility? You know, it's by teaching children and their parents and their godparents and their grandparents and their guardians and their, because there's also the issue of what is family civility in a country. But in a family, let's bring it down to your question, is we practice family civility in a family by loving, supporting, and accepting each member's strength and identity, making it above birth order and cultural bias. So
I love it.
We have to move away from, she's the youngest, she doesn't know anything, she needs to grow. No, the youngest has just as many strengths and identity that can give to the family group
Exactly.
as the eldest can. And if we move away from birth order and we move away from raising each other, and it's a power struggle within the family, and
Yes, it is.
but it's also a reflection. Everybody says everything starts from the family, but the family is a reflection of society,
Yes.
right?
So I would
And
like,
so,
if I
mhm.
may interrupt, I would like you to go back over the loving, supporting, and accepting, because a lot of times we get that twisted. So I'm gonna put you in a hot seat, and I want you to say that one more time, please, folks. Take notes. Write this down.
So how can a family practice family civility? It's by loving, supporting, and accepting each member's strength and identity, making it above birth order and cultural bias. Accept the member of your family for who they are. Identify their strengths. Love them for their strengths, and ask them to bring their strengths into the family group to make the family work better.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you for sharing that, because I remember the first time I heard you say that. And the way you put it is unequivocally how we need to embrace family civility, because you're not just talking about family civility in Canada or family civility in the United States, but you're talking about it all over the place, because especially in a lot of different countries, women are not treated with the same respect and dignity as men are.
Yeah.
And that is huge when it comes to loving, supporting, and accepting people for who
And
they are.
yeah, and remember
Huge.
when I said, we blame the family a lot for the troubles in society, but the
Yep.
family is reflecting society, because family civility, if a nation practices family civility, it's when the nation shows equity and civility to all families, no matter their race, religion, sexuality, different abilities, biological connection, and formation. Not one family is left behind. In other words, we are very well at accepting diversity in
Yes.
people, but we're
Yes.
not accepting family diversity.
Exactly.
We're not accepting and giving that civility and equity to families who, as a whole, are
Yes.
diverse.
Exactly. Exactly. So can you give us an idea of how people can accept other people in their family when maybe they are addicted to drugs, or they're same sex oriented, or they marry with outside of their race, things of that nature? Because these are some real topics that you would think people really wouldn't have to deal with, because hey, that's your family member, you should love them. But people really
No,
struggle with this.
but
She said no.
no, no.
Oh man, people
You
struggle
know,
with this.
it takes work.
Yes.
It takes work, but again, it I break it down very simply. So you and I, we have bonded because
Yes.
we look at each other's strengths because we choose to bond.
Yes.
But when in our heads we have family that we don't choose and we have to live with, we tend to not choose to do the same
Right.
thing as if we could choose family. You understand what I just said? So, in other
Yeah.
words, what I do with my children, for example, I have a daughter with autism, I have a son with ADHD.
Hmm.
Talk about one end of the spectrum to the other. One
Right.
never forgets anything the other does, and the other one forgets and moves on.
Hmm.
So imagine the arguments and I had to take that, and then I looked even further. If I had to work with everybody, I couldn't just
Yes.
isolate my daughter and deal with
Hmm.
her, and I
Right.
couldn't isolate my son and deal with her. Just the other day, I was saying to my son, I had to use analogies and I had to find ways to speak to him and explain to him what was going on. And we were discussing because he was very frustrated
Hmm.
that, his sister doesn't understand certain things emotionally, what's going on in the family, and
Right.
he's constant. And I said, babes, you're an amazing caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been the caregiver and you've been looking out for her, even though she doesn't like when you look out for her because you're the younger brother. So you
Right.
see birth order there,
Yes.
right?
And he's an awesome kid, by the way, too, y'all.
And but I had to explain to him, and I said, you know, if your sister was in a wheelchair, would you ask her to walk?
Mm.
And he goes, no, but I would help her out. I said, okay, well, your sister's emotions and
Mm-hmm.
brain is in a wheelchair, and you're asking her to walk by asking her to relate to the family and do certain things
Right.
that emotionally and understand certain things that she cannot understand because of her autism. So just like you wouldn't ask her to walk if she was in a wheelchair. And he said, but mommy, she can try. I said, no, you can't ask somebody who is paralyzed from the waist down to try and walk.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where, when I teach a family civility approach, this is a mindset that I teach when you're going into a family to work with them. A family has multiple social problems to deal with. So for example, the child could have autism on the spectrum. One could have ADHD. One could have dyslexia. The father cannot cope with what's going
Mm-hmm.
on, so he becomes an alcoholic due to his past trauma.
Yes.
And then the wife doesn't know what's going on, so she's just trying to hold everything together.
Right.
And then you add poverty to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the woman is probably abusing and getting frustrated and beating the children because she doesn't know what more to do. So when you walk into a household, you're first saying, well, stop beating your child. I'm going to lock you up if you're going to, and take your children away if you're beating them up. You
Mm-hmm.
haven't even asked the woman what she's going through yet.
Right.
Then they go to the father and say, you must stop drinking because it's hurting the family and you're beating your wife and abuse is wrong. I'm not saying to not do that, but you haven't even asked the father what he's dealing with, why he's self-medicating.
So we
So
must
when you look at
ask.
the family, exactly. So what I do is I teach social service workers now to go into the family and do the family-centered approach, not the client-centered approach. So one person, you cannot get one member's family's opinion on the whole family either because of perspectives.
Right.
Right? I can have a completely different experience as my sister has or my brother has of the same birthday party we all attended.
Exactly.
So you can't ask the mother to explain everything that's going on in the family because you're hearing her version.
Exactly. Right.
And by using the family civility approach, you're then going to ask even the 3-year-old in a certain way what they want out of the family or what they see, because they see things you cannot see. Again, it's not birth order. You look at their identity, you look at their strengths, you look at who in the dynamics of the family. And that's what I teach. I say you go into the family, you identify all the social problems, and then you get the help for every family member that they need. So you don't just help one family member. So like if a youth is on probation and in front of the justice system, right? I don't just deal with the youth. I go into the family and say, okay, mommy, what are you dealing with? Sisters, what are you dealing with? Right? Because all you're doing is saying, okay, let's do diversion programming for this young man because he was smoking weed, and let's send him back into the home where nothing has changed. Oh, we'll tell the mother to be nicer to him. Suppose she can't because she's dealing with everything else under the blinking sun. I mean, I am a good mom, and my children say it, so I can say that. But there are times even I get frustrated. And I've had to single-handedly parent 24/7 the past year and a half. And I get frustrated and I have to apologize to my children after, but
Yes.
I still do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I teach this.
Right. And here's the thing, you teach it so you know, not just from teaching it, but from your own personal perspective. And that is huge. That is huge. So what I like to do because you talked about it has to be a family-centered approach, but something you said earlier is that it takes work. It takes work. And I heard you run down some of the things that it takes to make that happen. So I want to go ahead. We're going to take a quick break because we'll be at the top of the hour soon, but I want to take a quick break and then we're going to come back. And when we come back, we're going to really get into the nooks and crannies of how people can work with you, how they can get in touch with you, and how they can utilize the service to help change the way that they look at family civility, the way they look at civility within their own homes.
Mm.
Because a lot of us aren't really familiar with family civility. We aren't familiar with how it affects us. We aren't familiar with the fact that you are out there and you are helping people to really step up into the next level of family civility. So, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a quick minute. Okay, so hang tight, be right, hang tight. And don't forget, get your pen and pad if you haven't tonight. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching the show, and be sure to follow us on Instagram, like and share, and let us know that you care. Also, let us know what other type of shows you'd like us to present just for you. Thank you. The Black talent community is a unified movement where companies and people join forces to ensure equal representation and the advancement of Black women, Black people, and people of color.
Hello, my name is Tandra Price, and I am the networking strategist for blacktalentcommunity.com. I'm super excited to be working on a platform that will offer communities around the world an opportunity to be a part of a transformative learning movement and the creation of a digital online community that fully embraces Black creators. I hope that you will join us as we build blacktalentcommunity.com. I look forward to seeing you on this journey that starts this August 2021.
Hi, my name is Martin Pratt. I am the Strategic Director for Partnerships and Marketing here at blackowned.com. I'm super excited because we're creating a platform to be part of a transformative learning movement. It will also allow for a city like mine. I live in Philadelphia. We are full of Black creatives. This platform will embrace the Black creatives and Black creativity. So please stay tuned and join me on this journey as we launch blacktalentcommunity.com in August 2021. I'll see you there.
Wow. That is what I thought when I read the article that shared that there are over 582 million entrepreneurs on the planet. My second wow was when that same article shared that there is not enough Black entrepreneurs on the planet sharing their skills and their talents. Now, I know that there are a myriad of Black, wonderful, skilled professionals on the planet, and you, more than likely, are one of them. Hi, I'm Dr. Lotus Rashay, and I'm a global transformation strategist with the blacktalentcommunity.com. And I want to invite you to join the blacktalentcommunity.com and be a part of a movement and a transformative learning space. And for you to be a part of this space, it is so very easy. All you've got to do is go to blacktalentcommunity.com, create your profile, and begin to network and engage with others all around the world just like you and learn more about what others do and more about the skill sets in you. We are globally marketing to those of you who are professional in what you do as far as C-suite. If you're creative, if you are an engineer, a financial professional, a global supply chain and logistics, are you a healthcare professional leading the field in what you do? Then this is for you. Are you an expert at marketing and STEM and even technology too? Well, it's your time to join us here at the blacktalentcommunity.com. Come on into the community and start networking today. See you there. Become a part of the Black Talent community today. Awesome, man. We are back.
Yeah.
We are back, and that's a fact. And y'all, I am here with my phenomenal guest. She is the amazing sweetheart of civility, none other than Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper. And tonight we are talking about, for those of you that's just joining, or those of you that's hitting the replay, we are talking about the topic, where are you now? And we have circled this around civility, family civility, to be frank. Well, actually, she's Rebecca and I'm Lotus. But anyway, Frank's not here tonight, y'all. But anyway, we have talked about what family civility is, basically, why it's important, not just to talk about it, but to really teach it. And also, we've talked about the fact that people must understand that we have to learn to love and accept our family members for who they are. We must have a family-centered approach. And that is what my wonderful guest teaches. So, Dr. Harper, I wanted to find out, how can people connect with you? How can they join this way of life? Because it's more than a movement, it's a way of life.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, if you want to ask where are we now, it has moved now from a movement to the working with families. Just seeing the success that we had in Kenya with the workers there and the warriors there who have just changed families' lives within a month. I mean,
Yes.
I was just like, wow. It's definitely now an approach to social services, an approach to your family. And my first book, Communication is a Family Game, actually has a lot of techniques in there on just getting to know who your family members are from age 3 up. So we had games like self-acknowledgement games and ways of even telling the 3-year-old what they like, giving them the center of that attention and having the family be quiet and listen to a 3-year-old saying, what do you like? This is a picture of me. This is what I am and who I am. And one thing I try and do is also say, don't define your children because of who you want. I mean, that's actually chapter 3 of my book. I had a son, who he's an amazing athlete. Absolutely. Like, I was dreaming of the Olympics with my Jamaican flag flying high, but he just didn't like to compete.
Right.
And I couldn't force him to do that because of my wants and my needs. And so he as my eldest taught me that lesson really quickly, to raise the child I have, not the one I want.
Right.
And that led to other things. And, as Robert Brooker said, he said, even if some family members are loved from a distance, well, again, I had my radio show in Jamaica. I lived in Jamaica where we had the barrel generation. So a lot of the parents live in the US, they live in the UK, they live in Canada. They don't see their children being raised by the grandparents and they send barrels over. That's the love they show. We live in a world of technology now, and I used to sit on the radio show and I said, don't use the distance as an excuse to not be a family member. Exactly. We now have WhatsApp video. We now have Zoom. We now have, my children right now have been in Jamaica since June 12th. And there isn't a day I don't videotape them. I send them the pictures of their, like right now I'm sniffling because the cat misses my daughter and I'm having to deal with a cat of which I'm allergic to the cat. But,
Yes.
and then I have a lizard upstairs dealing with, which no Jamaican woman likes a lizard, and I'm taking care of a lizard. But, I send videos of the lizard. Like if technology nowadays has facilitated that.
Yes.
And don't waste those moments you have.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them not just ask them about the day, ask them what they thought of the day. Ask them what
Exactly.
they think, who are you? Have we ever asked our children, who are you?
And that's
And I'm
something
going to
we need to
pause.
do. That's really something we need to do.
Were you ever asked that?
You
We were
know,
told who we were. We were never asked who
you're
we are.
right. You're right. You're 100% right about that. It's almost like being in the military. You get voluntold what you're going to do. You don't,
Yeah,
they're not going to ask you, hey, what are you going to do? But again, this is a way of life, family civility. And we have to move away from voluntoling people who they are.
it's called interpersonal communication. And I do teach a lesson on it where we help the family talk, because one thing with interpersonal communication is it's not what you're saying, it's also learning how it's being received.
Exactly.
It's not, and that is the key. It's moving from communication within the family to interpersonal communication, and that's civility.
Yeah. And Robert said it was 2011 when he realized that TV and gaming didn't serve him. When he commented for the first time on a YouTube video that he resonated with. And,
Yeah.
He began a friendship mission 101.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, we do game in the household. We do take our breaks. However, watching a movie, you should see us when we go to a movie. And this is something, again, as a parent, I started from day one. We go to a movie and we analyze it to death in the car home. Like, okay, what was your favorite part? And this is something I did with them from when they were 3 years old. Like, what was your favorite part of the movie? What did you like about the movie? Who was your favorite character? To know we do that for a TV show. Like, again, my father, God rest his soul, said it. He said, find a balance in everything.
Exactly.
And anything to an extreme can be bad.
That's true. I concur. And we've got to find that even balance for our lives, because if we don't, then we're out of balance and we're not doing ourselves the service that we need to do, to have the best family civility. And it really starts within us. It has to start from within and then generate outside of us. So, a lot of people don't want to talk about it, and we really need to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, we have to talk about the accepting of each other no matter what. And again, I come from a country where homosexuality is illegal. And there are a lot of stigmas towards it, and that's where, again, family civility stemmed from as well. It stemmed from a lot of things, because I was in theater. I have a lot of friends in Jamaica who are, we formed our own family.
Yes.
I'm heterosexual, but I grew up with my brothers and sisters who weren't. But we were family, and they had to form their own family because they were rejected from their own families.
Right.
And you look at the love, and then even my own family, when one of my family members came out, he thought, oh my gosh, he hid it for 10 years. And we all embraced him because we kind of knew. And and he was shocked. And that's when I learned
that you shared the love.
We loved him for who he was.
Exactly.
We loved him for his identity and his strengths.
Exactly.
And
So,
when you love each other for their identity and their strengths, everything that comes with those strengths and everything that comes with that identity, you will love.
exactly. And so I want to say thank you as we get ready to close this broadcast. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you out there. And know that family civility is a main part of a lifestyle many of us should be living so that we balance the playing field right from the inside of our house and share that to the outside and rest of our lives. And so this broadcast is primarily for that. And so I thank those of you that help to promote family civility, help to promote Dr. Phyllis and Harper, and not promote just yourselves or your mission. Okay, because that's not what this broadcast is about. It's about where are you now when it comes to family civility. And so, for all of our viewers all around the world, we thank you, we appreciate you, and we want to share this message with you because coming up in Kansas City, Missouri, coming up is a wonderful event with Dr. Michael J. Freeland, and also known as DJ Mike J. He's coming up and he's having something called Mental Real Estate Conference in Kansas City, and I will be there. And so we're going to share this information with you, and then we're coming back for our final words of wisdom for the show this evening. So, with that being said, um, with that being said, I just thank you guys so much for helping to support the channel. So be sure to support the channel. Um, and I noticed we have some sharing. Um, uh, Second phase began. Okay. Um, Okay. So anyway, for those of you that are going to Kansas City with us, make sure you join in, and we're going to share this brief message with you for the event. So we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be right back with our final words of wisdom.
Wow, the Mental Real Estate Conference in Kansas City, Missouri, September 18th is going to be amazing. You guys do not want to miss this. He's got some awesome speakers lined up to come and give you the knowledge and the information that you need to help take you to the next level. We're going to have Dr. Michael Freeland in the morning, and then we're going to have DJ Mike J at night to help celebrate his 30th year of being a DJ. You don't want to miss this. I am Kiva Evans. I am a bedroom candy consultant, and I'm also DJ Mike J's assistant. I cannot wait to join Dr. Michael Freeland and his friends for this amazing conference. Tell your friends about it. Click the link. Get your tickets. We still have room available. And if you've never experienced a party like this before, you got to come to DJ Mike J's party because it's not about the music. It's about the experience. I hope to see you there. Don't forget to get your tickets.
All right, and we are back, and we hope you join Dr. DJ Mike J. Freeland in Kansas City. And also don't forget to join me in Branson, Missouri, where I'll be a part of the Hope, Health, and Healing, which is a wonderful conference hosted by the wonderful Jill Reynolds. Make sure that you join us. So with no further ado, from Where Are You Now, we're going to have our final words of wisdom by the remarkable Dr. Rebecca Harper as she graces us for her final words this evening. You're, you're between
Thank you so
you're,
much.
you're between screen, Doc. You're between screen, but I'm gonna make you solo. Okay, there you are, Doc.
Thank you so much,
You're
Dr.
welcome.
Lotus Roche, for such an amazing show. You know, your questions always inspire me. They always ignite me. Coming on, and I just want to say thank you. Where am I now? I started family civility as a message. Then it became a movement. Now it's a complete approach that is encompassing social workers all over the world and social service workers. In fact, here in Canada, we don't have the family civility approach, but it's coming soon. We are getting registered as an institute, and we will be teaching it. We'll also be teaching community development, international community development here in Canada, where the students will go to a Caribbean country for 2 weeks, and then for a month we'll go to an African country and practice what they have learned in the classroom. We're excited where family civility is going, and family civility is a family. All I say is tonight, tomorrow, at the dinner table, at the breakfast table, just ask everybody, go around the table and say, who do you think you are? And say it in a nice way. Tell us who you are, whether they draw a picture on who they think they are, what they aspire to be, and leave it open. Leave it open. Yes, don't tell your child that they are bad. Tell them at this time they're behaving badly. Their actions are bad, but they are not bad. Stay open as Lotus is saying, and be there. Even talking about sexuality, it is a very open subject in the house. And I'm learning so much from my children. And there are times even when my son will say, don't genderize me, mommy, if I tell him to do a male oriented task, what I think is a predominantly male oriented task. Listen to your children. And the more you listen to them, they actually listen to you, because you show that mutual respect. And remember, interpersonal communication. Thank you so much, Dr. Lotus Rose. You can reach me at familycivilityday.com, on Facebook at the Family Civility Institute. You can message me. I am open because, as I said, the Family Civility mission is started as a message. It's a movement. Now it's an approach to social service work.
Awesome. We love it. Awesome, 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 awesome. So, Doc, I thank you. Make sure you reach out to her on Facebook. You can check her out at familycivilityday.com, and make sure you stick with the interpersonal communication approach. And so my final words of wisdom are these. Listen to what Dr. Phyllis and Harper said when it comes to the family civility approach. She knows it, and she is the sweetheart. She is the sweetheart of
You're
family.
amazing too, Lotus.
We thank
You're just so amazing, because what you do with your shows, you bring so much information on a daily basis. I don't, it's hard doing these shows. It's not easy, like every minute going on and putting on the
Yes.
makeup and you do it because you do it for the passing off of information. And
Yes.
an interaction we both had recently where we
Yes.
ended up helping a young man,
Yes.
and
Yes.
these shows make a difference. And
They
I just want to say thank you for what you do every day. If you're out there and you've watched her shows and you want to be on it, contact her, because she's phenomenal and her
thank
team is phenomenal. And she actually is the Corporate Family Civility Awardee for
yes.
2020,
Yes.
because she practices family civility in the corporate arena. She ensures that her members of her team are family, and she recognizes their status in family, and she shows family civility to her team members' families and themselves. So, and Family Civility Day is coming up in November. So if you know
Yes.
anybody for awards, let us know.
Yes. So until we meet again, please, please, please be blessed. And remember that if you use your interpersonal communication with your family and stay open, you can win. It's all about family civility. So thank you, Dr. Harper, for being here. Again, we love and we appreciate you. And until we see each and every one of you again, please stay blessed and do not stress, and ignite and take flight in every area of your life. and have a great good night. Oh, yeah. Woo! She was here. The sweetheart of civility herself, Dr. Rebecca Johnson Harper, the founder of the Family Civility Institute. She's almost 20 years of experience in development of strategic national communications plans, and she's received the Global Family First Movement Award, an award-winning author, and the sweetheart of civility. Get in where you fit in with Family Civility and grab her book. Don't forget, we discussed it. Where are you now with your family civility? Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the show. And remember, always follow us on Facebook. Like and share. And make sure you tag a friend and let them know that you care. Let us know what other shows you'd like us to present for you.